August is doing what August does best, moving way too damn fast. 1 minute we're celebrating the 4th of July, the next we're walking through stores filled with backpacks, pencils, notebooks, lunchboxes, trapper keepers. Um, what else? What else is out there? Pencil sharpeners, all that good stuff. All the see-through backpacks because you're not allowed to have backpacks anymore unless you're in high school. And somewhere in the corner, Halloween's already waiting for us. The kids are counting down the final days of summer vacation. Parents are counting down the final days until the kids go back to school. And the rest of us are looking at the calendar thinking, okay, how many more summer weekends do we have left? Because there's still time. There's still August. There's still September. There's still an opportunity to make a few more memories before summer officially starts packing its bags. So, if you've got a road trip you've been putting off, a movie you've been meaning to see, a barbecue ready to host, a day at the beach, a late night drive, or just a Saturday where you don't do absolutely anything, now's the time. And while we're looking ahead, D23 is next weekend, which means we're about to find out what Disney has planned for the rest of this year and maybe get a glimpse of what's coming much further down the road. All in all, it's a great time to just say this. Welcome back to my third place. Not home, not work, but the familiar in between where nostalgia, pop culture, gaming, and chaos, a big ball of chaos, all collide. Welcome back. What we like to do on this show is what we love to do on this show is reminisce about our favorite decade, the decade that brought us freaking the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, the decade that brought us freaking Michael Jackson, hip hop, and MySpace. Yeah, apps. From movies, TV shows, comics, wrestling, our hobbies, which include and are not limited to Pokemon, Pokemon hunting, Marvel Rivals, and Palworld gaming, or gaming of any other stuff too as well. Collecting physical media, DVDs, um, PlayStation disc games, TikToking, and internet culture. Each week, the community joins us through the live chat on TikTok or YouTube for pod deck questions, debates, top five lists, games, and deep dives, including our ongoing journey through Dungeon Crawler Carl. I have other books too. It's not like that's the only thing I read. It's not like a form of podcast. I'm more like pulling up a chair in a room full of your friends, sharing stories, laughing, remembering the things that made us who we are. Uh, okay, yeah. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like just sitting at the front porch, hanging out with your favorite limonada, drinking limonada, drinking agua fresca, drinking unas, unas chevis. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más hacemos? Mira, ¿qué más hacemos? What else do you guys like to drink? Wepa! I had to. Um, just checking out, talking to the neighbors across the street. Hey, how you doing? Órale. Okay, está bien, muy bien. Sitting with a little rocking chair, back and forth with our little fan right here. Just like hold on to that. That's all we do. That's what we like to do on the front porch because nostalgia is our soundtrack, community is our vibe. So welcome to your third place. This is episode 315, and tonight we're doing something a little different. There will be no Dungeon Crawler Carl chapter recap tonight. I'm going to explain why. So I've reached a point with the series where I'm just not vibing with it right now. The story isn't hitting me the same way it did earlier in the series. Mm, it's good, but it's not giving me that extra, that I've been looking for, basically. Um, but I'm not quitting it. That's the thing. I'm not quitting. I've come this far. Better look. Let me show you. Let me show you right now. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. I've come this far. That's what I have left. And I'm the type of person that likes to say, if you're invested in movie franchise, and sometimes the movie franchise sucks in the middle, but then you have hope. So I'm the type of guy that says I have to see it through. I'm invested. I've invested this much time. And sometimes you don't need to love every step of a journey. You just need to see where the road ends. So I'm sticking with it. I'm finishing the book, I'm finishing the series, and we'll see where it takes me. But tonight, we're giving a crawl a little vacation because there's plenty happening on this porch. For starters, apparently my neighborhood is becoming a movie set in more ways than one. A show and movie scheduled to film right here on my blog for 2 days, this Monday and Tuesday, which means I'm potentially about to experience the closest thing to 2020 all over again. Can't go anywhere. Except this time, instead of being stuck inside because the entire world shut down, I'm potentially going to be stuck inside because somebody decided my stream needed to become Hollywood. So naturally, I'm already thinking about content because there's a TikTok trend going around where people narrate completely real life events. They're a Netflix documentary. And let's just say there was a rather unusual real life event outside my home involving a funeral parlor being raided. Yep. If I'm going to be trapped inside, I might as well turn the whole thing into content. Hey, it's what we did in 2020. We can do it again. Nix has joined. Thank you very much, hon. Welcome in. Welcome in. Then we're heading back into Palworld. The adventure continues. I'm going to tell you which 5 pals are currently carrying my team, why I become attached to them, and what makes each one useful. Good morning. Because at this point, I've gone from I'll try Palworld to okay, I have opinions about my pals. I love these pals. They're my ride or dies. Yes, they are. And then there's the other part of the hobby, the cards. Did the Power trading card game actually live up to the hype, or did we just discover another collectible hobby where the second something becomes popular, the scalpers appear out of nowhere? We'll talk about the cards, the collecting experience, and whether I think there's actually something here for the long term. We'll also check in with the community on what everyone has been watching lately, and of course, the road trip stories aren't slowing down. Neither are the road trip movies. Every week, I'm getting more stories about family vacations, long drives, questionable roadside attractions, arguments in the backseat, and those weird little moments that somehow become lifelong memories. Then we're taking a nostalgia detour because we got some interesting news involving the Jetsons. That's right, TV cartoon show. Remember them? Meet the Jetsons. The Jetsons. No, that was the Flintstones. Um, and if I'm remembering correctly, there was a Flintstones Meet Jetsons movie show. Meet George Jetson. Uh, what was his wife's name? Chad. What was his wife's name? I forgot his wife's name. Meet Elroy. Meet young Elroy. His daughter Jane. Ruh, ruh, ruh. I forgot his dog's name. I forgot his dog's name. Judy. Judy. There you go. Judy Jetson. Elroy, and then the daughter, and then the dog. Yeah, yeah. We got some interesting news involving Judy was his daughter. Okay, thank you, Menace. Thank you. I'll just look it up. The Jetsons. Judy, Jane, Elroy, Astro, and then Mr. Space. Mr. Spacely. Jane was his wife. Yes. There you go. Awesome. Um, we're gonna be talking about the Jetsons, aren't we? We're also getting not one but two new Nightmare on Elm Street remakes being developed by separate production teams, which raises the obvious question: do we really need two different teams trying to bring Freddy back? And finally, the Legend of Zelda movie has found its main villain, and you're familiar with Zelda. You probably already have some idea where this is going. Thank you for the heart, me. And then we're going to end the night with something I've been waiting for you to do for a while. We're getting dangerously close to 30,000 podcast downloads. 30,000. 30K. 30,000 of you guys have listened to the show since the start of number one, since the very beginning. that number still feels absolutely ridiculous considering how this whole thing started. So tonight, before we call it a night, we're opening the pro Jesus Christ. We're opening the pro I'm having a stroke over here, apparently. We're opening the Pokemon Perfect Order Mega Zygarde X box. That one right over there. Right there. That big guy right there. Because nothing says celebration quite like opening a giant Pokemon box and hoping the cards inside don't make me immediately question my decisions. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, pull up an inflatable, pull up a lawn chair, pull up one of those chairs, get comfortable, drink the micheladas, drink the horchata, drink your beer, drink the limonada, drink the agua fresca, get comfortable, and let's spend another summer night together. This is episode 315 of the M3P Podcast. No DCC tonight, no pressure, just stories, nostalgia, Palworld, Pokemon, movies, road trips, and whatever else ends up wandering onto the porch, like it always does. Let's get into it. All right, how are we doing tonight? How are we doing? We're doing good. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. Nick, Craig, how you doing? Hope you're having an amazing day. Start off. Start off. Let's start off with the filming notice that I got. Well, no, you know what? Let's start off with how I'm doing. Um, Not so bad, but lately it's been there. So is that what you said? Good morning. I love it. Good morning to you, Nix. Good morning to you. Um, First of all, hold on. Before we even get started, I gotta put the hat away. I gotta retire this hat because it's from the it's from the first gen. This is the first gen hat, okay? Well, not really. The first gen hat is somewhere around here somewhere. The black one, which I retired because I wanted to get this one. Now I'm retiring this one because I want to get a new one with the new logo, the 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 City Lights logo. That one, yeah. I'm definitely gonna buy a new hat. I definitely need it. Whew, it's been crazy. Um, Went to go watch Spider-Man: Brand New Day. It was amazing. It was awesome. It was 2 hours or 45 minutes long, and but it was still good. New merch alert? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Yeah. You know what? It's gonna be a hat. It's gonna be the same. So I'm gonna retire this hat. I'm putting it away. I'm gonna have more stuff up there. So like hats throughout the years and all that stuff. It's time for that retirement hat. It's time for that hat to go to get a new one. I need a new shirt. I can't wait to see the movie. Yes, it's amazing. It's awesome. I loved it. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna have fun with it. Um. Okay, so I used to love. I'm sorry, Nick. I used to love waiting for the after credit scene, but I don't know. Lately, I'm just like, it better be good or else I'm out. You know, I don't want to spend the 15 minutes here waiting for something like Ant Man at the end of Ant Man when everybody just disappears. It's a dust. Like, okay, what? I want to spend there and go back to the first Iron Man movie after that whole and the set credit scene. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. Somebody told me about it, and since then I've never missed any of them. And that's probably why, because of FOMO, because of fear of missing out. Because I feel like if I miss something, if I leave, something good's gonna happen. The one time that I will leave the movie theater, and it happened, Nick Fury came in and talked about the Avengers, and I was upset forever. And I obviously there was it went viral. It was on social media. It was on Attack of the Show the next day. Like, if you didn't see it, like, here's your after credit scene, and then the after credit scene is Nick Fury talking about the Avenger Initiative, and ever since then, all the after credit scene had to do with something that was going on with the next movie, all this stuff, and then we get to the point where it's just like it's nothing. It's just a little snippet of somebody just laughing or Thanos just grabbing his gloves, like saying, "Fine, I'll do it myself." That wasn't needed. We could have done something else with that. But okay, we know you've been doing it yourself. We know you're going to have to do it yourself, and this is why I wanted to add on. But yeah, there's one time that I will actually miss the after credit scene, and something's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be upset about it. I don't want it to happen again, so that's why I don't miss any of them. Even though they're dumb, even though they're ridiculous, and it's like have nothing to do with the movie or anything, I will still wait. Um, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it, have fun with it, enjoy with it. Stay after one after credit scene. Stay if you like. Don't stay if you don't want to. If you don't feel like staying, for 50 more minutes for after the credit scene ends, and then having that little moment of just like, oh, that's it, man. All right, this could have been an email. Um, August 6th. When was August 6th? This was on Thursday. Thursday, I got a letter. Not bad. Not a bad letter. No worries. I received a letter. A once close friend of mine. Now we sing on the show. Universal Television LLC, filming notice, August 6th, 2026. Dear neighbors, it wasn't just me who received a letter, it was a bunch of neighbors. Universal Television LLC will be filming several scenes in your neighborhood on Tuesday, August 11th, in order to park the necessary vehicles and equipment for filming the following. For filming, the following streets will be posted as no parking tow zone on Monday, August 10th at 8 p.m. and Tuesday, August 11th at 5 p.m. So it's going to be at one at nighttime and the other one in the afternoon. All the time we sing on the show. That this could have been an email. It could have been an email. This could have been an email. You're going to say the same thing. I guarantee you. You're going to say the same thing. Oh my God, this could have been an email. And you're going to laugh. And you're going to be like, oop, he was right. Evil was right. This could have been an email. This could have been an email too. This could have been an email. Like, why'd you have to waste a bunch of paper just so you can give it to everybody? He's like, um, the city of Chicago sends their stuff through email and be like, "Hey, we're doing a filming. They're filming a show on your block, so don't Monday, August 10th, 8 p.m. Tuesday, August 11th, 5 p.m. And traffic's going to impact on Tuesday, August 11th at 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then Tuesday, August 11th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So basically, we're stuck here. Um, Please note there will be limited parking available for displaced residents at the club. Please contact the on-site coordinator for more information. If you have any questions, concerns, or special needs, please contact location manager, on-site coordinator, City of Chicago Film Office. We're working closely with the Chicago Film Office and the Chicago Police Department to ensure a safe and positive filming experience. We will not block driveways, loading zones, fire hydrants, bus stops, or disabled parking zones. We will also maintain a fire lane for safety when necessary. Um, um, Knowing everybody around my area, and the first thing that people said is like, Chicago PD, because we're toxic. We're toxic people. You heard the race cars, the cars going all crazy on Saturday nights, like at 2 in the morning. You hear the fucking cars just driving around the fucking street and screeching and everything, and the cops don't even show up till like an hour later. By that time they're gone. Yeah, basically, we're like, and I was like, oh hell yeah, we're about to be on a TV show, y'all. And the entire blog is just like, oh, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, one of those. Why? Because we're horrible people, of course. And it's at 8 p.m. and 5 p.m. So I'll be looking outside my window. I'm probably gonna be like looking at like what's going on out there. What's going on? So if anything, I'll keep a lookout on Chicago PD of when the show is gonna be actually airing, or I'll probably like screen record it and be like, "Look, it's us. Should record it, right?" I'm gonna look outside with my phone camera, just like look behind the scenes. Look at these motherfuckers. There's Halstead. That's the only person I know. I don't know anybody else. I don't even know if he's still on the show. Whoever's on that show, whatever. I don't even know who's on there anymore. All right. So from this filming notice that they're gonna be on the show, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna be on a TV show, y'all, to actually being on a fucking Netflix documentary because shit's crazy out here, y'all. Um, so apparently a funeral home got raided the other night because people were complaining about the smell and freaking a funeral. The cops came in, they raided the place, and they found 50 cremated remains were found improperly stored. Um, Authorities discovered the remains following a state licensing inspector and neighbor complaints, and they found 56 decomposing bodies. Investigators and forensic pathologists from the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office discovered bodies in various states of decomposition. According to findings from the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, multiple descendants were left unrefrigerated, resulting in severe. I don't want to read it again because it's disgusting. Hazmat response. Due to severe conditions, the Chicago Fire Department declared the funeral home as hazardous material incident scene. Are we not supposed to be around? Good Lord. And you're going to tell this us now? Um, the state agency swiftly took emergency action against the operators of the facility. Fox Chicago did a thing, and I saw this on TikTok, and then I was just like, wait a minute, what? That's right around the corner of where I live, by the way. So not only are we going to be on a TV show, we're about to be on a documentary, and I'm like, does the Chicago Universal TV, do they know what they're getting into? This place, I hope they're filming that. I hope this is the thing that they're filming because I hope this is fake. I'm just saying, I hope this is fake. The registered funeral director's license was temporarily suspended. Why temporarily? After regulators deemed her continued practice a public safety threat. Johanna's husband previously had this apprentice license revoked by the IDFPR for practicing on an expired license and professional conduct. State records reveal a history of misconduct. The state comptroller previously shut down a crematory owned by Clark Morgan after more than 100 bodies were found and properly stored at that location. Fuck. Impact on grieving families. According to local reports by WGN TV, numerous families have been left devastated and demanding answers. Many who recently held services at the home are left wondering if the ashes they received belong to their actual loved ones. That's not no, honey, no. Your ashes are as fake as the Undertaker's. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office is continuing the painstaking process of cross-referencing paperwork, death certificates, and forensic evidence to properly identify the remains and notify families. No criminal charges have been filed yet, but the Chicago Police Department and state authorities are continuing their investigation. Why not? Why not? Why? This is horrible. First of all, and then we got the entire block typing away. Call your alderman. This is disgusting. Blah blah. All this shit. The next day, I'm outside, or I think it's the same day when I found out. It was like it's the afternoon. I fucking go outside, about to drive away, and I'm like, I see my neighbor. I was like, hey, what's going on, man? Did you hear about the funeral? He's like, yeah, my son said he started smelling that a long time ago, and back in January and all this stuff. And it's like, so everything that we've said throughout the years that it smells like sewage, rotted sewage, and it's just that because this place is disgusting. Um, after I read all this stuff, I'm like, smile, everybody, we're about to be on a Netflix documentary. Yeah. Um, get that one guy who said that he's been smelling this since January and nobody believed him. I told everybody, hey, there's something going on at funeral home, and nobody believed me. Nobody believed me, and now here we are. Here we are on the Netflix documentary, and y'all are here. Y'all are here, and nobody believed me, and I'm just like, pretty much, yeah. That's oh goodness. All right. Um. So filming and then this crazy shit happening. We're having an awesome week. We're having an awesome week. I started off with headaches, um, migraines, and what else? What else happened? A freaking eye patch on my eye because of allergies. Maybe it was that. Who knows? But yeah, we're not having a good week on our block. So hopefully by next week, we can be on TV and start waving at people and shit. Um, oh no, hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. So how the book is going? I just say earlier that this is where I'm at the moment, and you know what? Now I'm reading it chapter by chapter because it's fine. What did Leanna say? It's the book that doesn't end. Yeah, the book doesn't end at all. It feels like I'm freaking watching Lord of the Rings, where the entire freaking movie has different endings. Um, earlier I said that I like to see things through. It's the same with um, what's it called? Uh, the fast movies. Like, yeah, it's in the middle. Freaking Paul Walker passed away. The 3 year read. Wow. Paul Walker passed away around what movie number 7, but I'm still watching them because I want to see it through. I have to. Like I started this movie and now I am gonna end this franchise with however it ends. And we've been talking about it on the show where Greg says no. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm like, I am. I gotta see it through. Same thing with Resident Evil. I don't know when it started to be horrible, and there's a remake now. But W.S. Anderson and his wife Mila, they've been a team since the first movie, and um, I got to see it through. I had to see it through. Like, I didn't go to watch them. I like waited until it was streaming, or waited until it was on Sci-Fi. Oh, I waited until it was on Sci-Fi. It's like I'm not gonna go watch it. I don't know when it started being horrible. I don't know either. Like I remember watching the first one, and then I don't remember the second or third. I know there was a bunch of characters that I did like, but then they all got killed off, and I'm just like, what? So I'm just supposed to like Mila's character the entire time, Alice or whatever her name was? Like what? You're killing me. You're killing me with these. These movies are crazy. So like even the last one, I was just like, are we done? Is there's no more movies happening? All right, good. This sucks. I'm done with this chapter of my life. Um, Same with the Fast Furious movies. It's like even though the third one was horrible, obviously had nothing to do with them. So it's just like, oh, cool. Number 4 has to do with them. Awesome. So now I had to watch them in separate order. Um, Nightmare on Elm Street, that every other movie that didn't do well, and it's like there's always that one movie that just like struggles, but you gotta say like, hey, I gotta see this through the end. The same thing here. You gotta see this through the end. You gotta read this book through the end. Um, and I'm hoping this is what I have left. That's all. That's all I got left. And it feels like 30 more chapters, but it's not. What did I say the chapters were? I'm at chapter 63, so that means like 15 more chapters because it's around 70 something. Jeez, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. But I'm not feeling it. Um, I don't know. Something about it is not. It's not giving me the same vibe that I had when a book one started, or book two, book three. Is this time around? I guess it's true. Like, books one, what they're saying is that books 1 to 3, the dungeon happens to Carl. Books 4 to 8, Carl happens to the dungeon. It's like that's fine. I get it, and it's been fun. And then the banter between each other, the dialogue is hilarious. Of course, Samantha, the characters, everybody in there, it's funny. I loved it. I love it. I love the side stuff, the sides, the side shows, the side stuff. But the whole story is just like this is dragging on and on and on. I know y'all gonna hate it because it's there, but maybe like a few more chapters in, it'll change my mind. But I so far in my rankings, it's not doing good. It's it's right around that corner, right around that number two, three, right around that two, right there. Where number two, I didn't appreciate number two that much. So it's been between a 1 and 4 because I love 4. Um, Everything else is fine. New death scenes, new villains. Everybody about them. The whole freaking burning gonorrhea. The whole um, what's it called? Samantha, the head, and just having fun with it. And everything about it is funny, but then you get to the part where it's like, oh hell no, this is crazy. Even the Beatrice stuff, like, damn. And when did I don't know when? Probably around the middle after the whole beat thing happened, that my freaking view of the book started changing because I was so ready for something bad to happen and nothing happened, and just like, oh, okay, never mind then. The whole crawler con happened. It was fine. It's just that it didn't give me that much gratification about it. Too much downtime and explaining between good scenes. In between, yeah, too much downtime and explaining between good scenes. Exactly. And after the whole, hey, here's Carl hanging out at the CrawlCon, and he explains his trauma with his mom and dad. Come on, that's exactly what this is. What the hell? It's a great series, but at the same time, I'm I'm not, and it's not happening. As you can see back there, I also have He Who Fights with Monsters. I'm gonna read that pretty soon. Another book's coming pretty soon, which is so the book is called The Raven Follows the Heartwood Chronicles. It's expected to be here tomorrow, supposedly. If not, it's probably going to show up on Monday, right when they're doing the whole filming over there. And I'm going to be opening my door. Sorry, guys. Oh, shit. Let me tell you what it's about. It's a dark, atmospheric fantasy novel by Amanda Corwin. It explores themes of memory, grief, found family, and personal resilience. Uh, no? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all I can tell you. I hopefully by tomorrow night, hopefully by tomorrow, I'll get it and we can start reading it on Monday and like tell you what I think about this. And then I can tell you on the podcast as well. We can do an episode about it. And then maybe one night, I don't know, maybe one night I'll get her on the show and we can interview her about her book because it's good publicity for the book, right? Yeah. Shh, don't tell anybody though, but that's that's basically it. I know I said I was going to send this to her, but she doesn't need to know about that. I'll tell her to skip this part. I'll tell her to skip this part. Hey, don't listen to that part. Just know that your book is great. Um, it's a secret. Oh, all right, it's a secret. Yeah, it's a secret. It's a very good secret. Don't tell Panda. Don't tell Amanda. Okay, it's a secret. Okay, that's how the book is going. Like I said, I'm not like the next time I'll do an episode on the book on this book is when I finally read it, and I'll do a whole full recap of it from start to finish. But right now, the reason I'm not doing recaps is because of that. I'm just like not interested in doing the recap for this book at all until the final time. Maybe I'll do the recap of the other ones, but not this one. It's my opinion. Sorry guys, I know. Like I even like I scroll through TikTok and I do the whole thing where I'm just like, whenever someone dogs the book one even, and says it's not for me, then why are you talking about it? The same thing. I've went this far. I gotta tell you the good stuff about my favorite book. Now I gotta tell you the bad stuff about my favorite book series. Okay? No shot at Matt Denman, but it's just like not feeling it. So with that in mind, let's move on before I get canceled. I love it. Um, fucking hell, how the book is going, how Power is going. Power TCG scalping. Let's go with Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals gaming. Because it's small. It's such a small thing. It's not that bad. Damian Priest is the voice of the Hood. That's it. I love that Damian Priest is in there. WWE wrestler, and like he's calling all the girls mommy, and he's from the Bronx, basically. He's chilling. He's chilling. He's having a good time on Rivals. He's interacting with everybody on the team. He's interacting with Wanda, calling her Brujita. He's calling Storm, Rogue, all the girls mommy. He's rizzing them up, rizzing them up. That was another thing I wanted to say. Like we're rizzing them up. This is another thing I wanted to say, but just like he flirts with them. Basically, he's being charismatic with them, and then he's like being all swag in front of the guys and stuff. What is the show? Why is he saying these words? I have no idea what these words mean. But hey, you know that's one of our questions for next week. What is the what kind of words do you not use anymore? What's the slang that that makes you feel old, basically? And we'll find out next week. Sorry, guys. All right. We're going with gaming, so let's go on with Power. How Power is going. Um, before we start with that, let's talk about the scalping, the TCG game. Last week I was talking about how much I wanted these cards, how much I wanted to buy them, how much I was gonna like. Oh my god, these are awesome cards! I can't wait to find them. I can't wait to look for them, and like, they're on the Walmart shelf and everything. And then to find out from other people that they went to a Walmart and all the Power World stuff was gone, and on the other side were nothing but Pokemon cards because they decided to just take the scalpers decided to grab all the Power World stuff and thought, hey, maybe people will buy these, and they're being sold on eBay for like $100, $200. Nobody's buying them. They all messed up. Nobody's buying them because they're new. They should have just left it alone for a little while and then bought them out the next time they came around. But nobody's buying them because they're new, and on the flip side, people want them because the first set ended up being a misprint on the box. It's supposed to say Power World. Instead, it says Power World. Power Word. Power Word. Yeah, no, the L was missing. I guess the L meant, the loss that they took. I'll see myself out. But either way, it's like I wanted to get them, so instead I just like looked online to see how what they look like, and it's not bad. This is the only time ever that I didn't have FOMO beat me to the punch, where I was like, oh, that's what they look like. I'm good. I'm all right. I don't really need them. Like like usually FOMO already like tells me like, hey, you need these Pokemon cards. Not this time. No, this time I'm just like, this is fucking awesome. I ended up printing some of them and putting them on a binder because I wanted to show everybody what I like, the type of PAL that I do carry on Power World. So like I went ahead and saw some fan art and I started printing those, and then I started printing the actual cards of the Power World TCG expansion pack and the base pack actually, and they're okay. Just if I'm not able to get them, I just might as well just have a few of them that I actually do like and put them in the binder that I'm doing. It's the PAL decks, the Palpedia, whatever it's called. Going from one to whatever number they have out. It's on the green binder. This is what it looks like so far. This is what they look like. Some of them are fan art. The ones that I do fan art come from Cinnabon, and then the other ones are from the TTG. And I wanted to print them out because I was gonna do the whole show and tell of which ones are I'm using at the moment, which ones of these pals I'm having fun with. So it's a sandbox game, obviously. People have said it feels like Sims. I feel like it's like um, Fortnite and Roblox, and mixed in with other type of gaming. So again, once more time, we're gonna say this one more time: Pokemon with guns. It really isn't. It's his own thing because it just feels like it's his own thing. And there goes the Harrigan. But you know, this doesn't. They don't have evolutions. They just have a second variation, a second variant of the pals. Um, you can make them do work. You can do your own base. I have three bases at the moment. Um, so let me tell you which pals I'm using at the moment. First off, we are going with Herbal. Herbal. I renamed him Herbie. Herbie. So Herbal is a grass type pal. He will help you basically around your base. He will. Let me tell you what he does. When in doubt, punch it till it works. That's Herbal's approach to fixing things with strength perfectly tuned for humans. Sometimes just one punch is enough to restart a stopped heart. While in party, Herbal uses his healing powers to restore 30% of the player's max health when incapacitated. When you pass out, when you die, when the freaking other, either a human or a pal kills you and you die, Herbal just freaking, you know, that's my motto too. That's my motto. Um, he just like punches your heart, and like way he just compressions. Compressions. Have you ever heard a doctor say that on YouTube? I heard him so many times. Compressions. Herbal the doctor. He's freaking compressing you, but the way he does it is just like he is freaking making sure you're alive. He's pushing too hard, and then you wake up and you're like, ah, like, oh, dude, this man had a out of body experience. His work skills are planting, transporting, gathering. Um, he has some great fucking great stuff. Um, the wind cutter fires a high speed blade of wind that flies straight at an enemy. Speed machine gun fires a volley of hard seeds at enemies in front of it. Grass tornado generates two tornadoes on either side before launching them at an enemy. Air blade sends out sharp blades of air in a fan shape. Konoha flip, Herbal's exclusive skill after a brief moment of preparation, charges at an enemy at high speed, finishing with a flip. And there's more. He is cute. He's my first one. He's the first one I always have on top. If I go out there and I fight, because I gotta catch these pals, and if I can't catch them after like the fourth ball throw and they still won't get into the spear, I take him out and he just takes it out. Well, it depends on how strong that pal is. I will either use herbal or I will use someone else. But usually, if I need food, I'll go take him out and just have him just shoot everybody else, all the pals, and it's hilarious because he just one shots them all. Um, so that's my number one. My number two is called Gale Claw 69. Geez, we got to go all the way to the end. That's not even the right number. Oh no. There she is. I renamed her Gale. Mine's a girl. A pal can easily take flight even while grasping a human. It is, however, prone to letting go when tired, which has led to the sudden demise of more than a few souls. Gale Claw is a predator variant, rampaging Gale Claw, which drops predator cores. While in party, modifies the performance of the equipped glider, enables high speed gliding, and allows shooting with the right hand. I always use this one because he's either in my five, and I won't let him out, or I will let it out because it has to level up. Or, but I only use it because I need it for my glider, and it gives you like you start off with a glider, and it has two. You got to hold it on with two hands. With Gale Claw in your team, you have one hand on the glider and the other hand with on the spear or the machine gun or whatever else that you're using as a weapon. Its work skills are gathering. That's it. Active skills. She has a bunch of them. Uh, if you end up fighting a Gale Claw on your other end, it drops Gale Claw poultry and leather. The poultry you need to eat. You will eat. Sometimes I'm just sitting there playing, and then I hear the stomach grumble, and I look down, and I was like, I'm not hungry. And then I look up, and it's my character hungry, and it's been grumbling because it's hungry, and I'm just like, dude, you just ate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Um, yeah, pretty much it. Uh, I've used a few others as well. I was using Nightwing, which is another flyer, but this one you can actually climb on top of, and like it'll just take you everywhere you want to go. It carries newborn pals to its nest and raises them as a surrogate parent. Once the baby pal has fattened up, it hunts them. Okay. Um, you know, just damn. Nightwing has a predator variant, Rampaging Nightwing, which drops predator cores. Can be ridden as a flying mount. Unlock the technology level 15. It work skills are gathering only. Active skills. It drops leather. So, if, just surrogate mom until it decides to feed you, and then it, yeah, eats them, eats their young. That's great. Love that. Oh my gosh. What are we playing? What is this? What is this game? Oh my. Oh man. This is hilarious. I'm no longer using Nightwing anymore. I'm using Halcifer, and it's this one. It calls forth lightning from the depths of hell. Those who die from Lucifer's lightning are sure to have their souls sent to the underworld. Lucifer has a predator variant, rampaging Lucifer, which drops predator cores. Partner skill, Wings of Death, can be ridden as a flying mount. While mounted, changes player's attack type to dark and increases attack by 5%. I love this. I love it. Um, Work skills are transporting. It can transport items from one place to the other, which I love. It drops Venom Gland and Medium Palsol. Dick Toys, my favorite one. My guy, my ride or die. I always use him. Every time I go out, he's right there. He's my last one because I either switch him out between him and another dinosaur type where if I use that one, I have 35% chance that I will find an alpha egg. So, but Dig Toys possessing the strongest shell and the only drill capable of piercing it, ponders the contradictions of the world in the popular children's tale, Dig Toys Fable. It, when drilled crusher, when activated, enters the shell spin state, follows the player while spinning, increasing ore mining efficiency by 800%. Anything to do with a rock, a stone, an ore, a coal, anything at all, you spin a shell and it will do its job and you will have a bunch of stuff and then you can take it over. Its work skills are mining, basically. That's it. It drops ore, high quality pal oil, predator core, and giant pal soul. Um, I love using this one, obviously, of course, but yeah, that's all of them so far. Um, I have three bases now. One base is the main base, the first base, and the other two bases I just use just in case I need to get them to give me like or coal. So they're set in different places of that. But yeah, the game's pretty fun. I love it. I've been enjoying it. I like 100 hours of this game. I put in 100 hours already. I am loving it. It is so awesome. It is so amazing. Cheers. We're at almost an hour episode, and I've been, I've watched a movie. I've gone to dinner. I tried to do a show, couldn't do it. Wi-Fi issues. I come back, do the show myself. Yeah, I'm having a great night. I'm having a great night. It's pretty awesome. Also, Justin's are on Hulu, so watch it. If you want to. And now I want to go back to um, watching the show as well. All right. So this week we got two stories that couldn't be more different. One takes us to the kingdom of Hyrule. The other takes us to all the way to Orbit City. But both are bringing some of our favorite childhoods back to life. Let's start with the Hyrule one. The live-action Legend of Zelda movie has officially found the actor who will play one of Nintendo's most iconic villains, Ganondorf. According to industry reports, Australian actor Uli Lektu Kefu has been cast in the role. If the name sounds familiar, it's because he played the younger version of Dwayne Johnson in the TV series Young Rock. Basically, wait a minute. Is it college? Yeah, it's college version of Young Rock. The one that didn't make it. Oh, basically the not the middle. The young, just the oldest. What are you talking about? Because there were three versions of this kid of young Rock. One was, back in Hawaii when he was what, 6, 7 years old, and his name was Adrian Grohl. The second one was in middle school, 15-year-old and 6 foot tall, and everybody thought he was a high schooler already, and you know how people are. He's played by Bradley Constant, and then we get the college Dwayne Johnson, Uli Latukefu, and he does his whole thing in college, doesn't get cut from the Canadian Football League, and then does his thing in WWE, and yeah, it was a great show, and which ran for 3 seasons, and then it got canceled. But yeah, it was a fun show. We covered it on on podcast when it came out in 2022. In 2021, it came out in 2021, but we covered it on 2022 and 2023. It was a fun time. Um, but yeah, he's set to be Ganondorf. Now, if you're making a Zelda movie, this might actually be the most important casting decision for the entire film, because Ganondorf isn't just another bad guy. He's one of gaming's greatest villains. He is. For anyone who hasn't played the games, Ganondorf is the king of the Gerudo people. He's ambitious, powerful, and ultimately becomes the demon king known as Ganon. Throughout the Zelda series, the conflict usually revolved around three legendary pieces of the Triforce: power, sought by Ganondorf; wisdom, tried to Prince Zelda; and courage, carried by Link. Ooh, the triangle, the Triforce. Those three forces have defined Zelda stories for nearly 40 decades. My favorite Zelda game will always be Ocarina of Time. Here's what the ones that I played. I know there's a whole thing of Zelda, the Legend of Zelda, Link Awakens, and all the other games as well. But my favorite is Ocarina of Time, and then I played Majora's Mask, and then I played Breath of the Wild when it came out on GameCube. Is that what that was? I forgot. Sorry. Um, no, it was GameCube. Yeah. Um, so here's the question every Zelda fan is asking: which game are they adapting? Nintendo has never had just one Zelda timeline. Some fans think they'll borrow from the original game. Found stickers. I love it. Forever. Others believe they'll lean heavily into the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, especially because those games reimagined Hyrule's history and Ganondorf's origins for a modern audience. Whatever direction they choose, they've got decades of incredible lore to work with, and I love it. Like, I will be there watching this movie. The film is being directed by Wes Ball, best known for the Maze Runner films and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen Kingdom, but I know the Maze was awesome, so I'm definitely gonna be watching it. The screenplay comes from T.S. Nowling, who also collaborated with Ball in the Maze Runner series. See, the movie is currently scheduled to arrive in theaters on April 30th, 2027. Hey, let's go! Awesome. Nintendo has always been incredibly protective of its biggest franchise, so after the success of the Mario movie, they're hoping Zelda becomes their next blockbuster. Also, it is the last movie where Sam Neill will be in. If you don't know who Sam Neill, he is from Jurassic Park, the original. He's a New Zealand actor. He is Dr. Alan Grant. The don't move and you know, watch the water, and life finds a way. That's Jeff Goldblum, but I just love saying that. But yeah, Sam Neill is gonna be. It's the last film he's ever gonna do, and this is it right here. I believe. What's he playing? Have they confirmed? Uh, Film. He's said to be one of his final on-screen performances following the sudden passing. Reps for Sony couldn't be reached for comment, nor could Neil's former rep. The project, which wrapped in April, will mark one of Neil's final screen performances, not the last. It's not yet clear who he plays. Neil died July 13th at 78. Other new additions to the Zelda movie include Severance Dishon Lachman and The Handmaid's Tale Yvonne Strahovski, which is the girl from Dexter, the final girl before the series ends, the one that took the kid. Yeah. Sources were unclear on Strahovski's role, through though we're told she plays a queen character. Ooh, maybe it's the queen, Princess Zelda's mom. They had Lachman play Impa, the bodyguard, and advise her to up and comer Bo Braxton's Princess Zelda. I have no idea who these people are. Searching now. Okay, English actress. Nice. All right. She is known for her role in the BBC One series Three Girls, The Jetty and the King and Conquer, and Disney Plus series Renegade. Her films include The Radley. She is a star. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Um. So there's that. Now let's jump in from medieval fantasy to tomorrow's future. The Jetsons are officially coming back. Warner Bros. Has confirmed that a live-action Jetson movie is in development, and the biggest surprise is going to be the star of the movie. George Jetson will be played by Jim Carrey. I can already picture the facial expressions. Jim Carrey has built an entire career playing energetic, over-the-top characters, so it'll be fascinating to see what he brings to Orbit City. When the Jetsons debuted back in 1962, the show imagined life in the 2060s. That felt impossibly far away. Flying cars, robot maids, homes in the sky, video calls, smart appliances. Meet the Jetsons. It's not 2062 yet. Yeah, we're far. We're very far. We're like 30 more years. Just give it 30 more years. But we're a lot closer than we used to be. Some of the futuristic ideas like video calls and smart homes have already become everyday life. So filmmakers have an interesting challenge. Do they keep the story set in the 2060s or do they push it even farther into the future so it still feels futuristic? Either way, it'll be fun to see how they update an iconic cartoon for modern audiences. Um, it's just gonna look like we have that already. We have that. We have that. We have that. Video calls, homes in the sky. Not homes in the sky. They're well, yeah, land skyscrapers, robot maids. We have that. Jeez, those fucking hair. We have robot maids. They're the Roomba, right? Flying cars, not yet. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my flying skateboard. Smart appliances. I mean, like they could do it, but it's just gonna be like, oh, it's just another movie. Dehydrated dinners, yeah. Pizza, dehydrate pizza. It's done. Yay! Who wants pepperoni? Pepperoni. Oh, I do. I do. Guess how many times I watched that movie, man? Guess how many times I watched Back to the Future too? Like, I don't know. Come on. Um, so let's hear from all of you. Which movie are you more excited for? The live action Legend of Zelda or the live action Justice movie starring Jim Carrey? Um, if Hollywood could bring back one classic cartoon as a live action movie, what would you choose? Thundercats, Gargoyles, Captain Planet, Recess, Johnny Quest, or Voltron? And I said Justin's a while back. I know that. But now, like, which one should we do that? Thundercats. I want Thundercats. I wanted Thundercats since the start. Come on. We got Transformers. Let's get Thundercats. We got freaking. What did we get before this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's get Thundercats. I know Gargoyles too, but I want Thundercats. Um, I love when studios revisit these classic franchises, but I also think there's a challenge that comes with it. You can't just rely on nostalgia. Please don't rely on nostalgia. You have to capture what people made, what people fell in love with, and in the first place, like great Jetsons movie, but don't ruin it. I love that Jim Carrey's in it because he's part of that era, the '90s. Because I watched it in the '90s, it was on rotation. Um, all that stuff. But just don't do stuff to it that's gonna make me feel like, oh, you're just Canada Hat ruined for me. Oh my god, yes. Whether it's the courage of Link standing against Ganondorf or George Jetson trying to survive another day of spacey sprockets, these stories have lasted for generations for a reason. Now it's Hollywood's turn to introduce them to the next generation. Um, I can't wait who they're going to. No, Danny DeVito as Spacely, Mr. Spacely. What's going on? How you doing? Because he was a small guy, right? He is. He is a small guy. He's the boss. So Danny DeVito as Mr. Spacely. Please let me have that. We need that. Hey, we need that. Astro, Jane Justin. Astro can be a robot dog. I'd watch it for Danny DeVito. Who could be if Jim Carrey's going to be George? Who's going to be Jane? Kid Elroy Jetson has to be a little kid. Judy Jetson has to be someone mature. With our luck, it's probably going to be Zendaya. I would love for her to be in it. I don't care. Let's have Zendaya in it. She'll be fine. Hey, another movie with Zendaya. Great, because she can do no wrong. Um, I always thought Judy was adorable, right? Shopping and all that stuff. So there was an article on the website's called Puck. Um, the segment is called "What I'm Hearing: The Inside Take on Hollywood," and the only way to access it is through a paywall. So nobody, like some people went in there and did the whole thing where they paid, and others was like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't really care. Um, a girl on Twitter, Deandra Kruger 4 at Slassy Sledgehammer, uh, did the whole paywall thing, and she took screenshots of this article. Discussing film says Warner Bros. And Paramount are in a heated race on which Nightmare on Elm Street remake will be deeper in development before the merger closes. Warner Brothers film has Lee Cronin, Evil Dead Rise, and talks to direct. Paramount's film would be a shot-by-shot remake with the blessing of Wes Craven's estate. So, Matthew Baloney posted this and wrote, "Welcome back to What I'm Hearing, still offline this week and only sporadically following along. The Puck editors are in control tonight and the whole WIH gang is here. Don't care. I'm competing. Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, so I'll hand it off to them." Okay, so Kim Master says Elm Street races. With the prospect of Warner Mount operating two film studios side by side, many in Hollywood have wondered how David Ellison would handle conflict over, say, a hot property. Now, with the deal on hold, conflict has already arisen. Paramount has announced a remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street under his Primal banner, run by J.D. Lifshitz and Raphael Margulies. Paramount only has domestic rights to the property. The international rights happen to be held by Warner Brothers. Sources with knowledge of the matter think Paramount figured that by the time their movie got underway, the Warner Mount deal would have closed and Warner's would be compelled to release the Paramount version overseas. But Warner's Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi didn't care for that plan. Now they're looking to make their own movie, which they can only distribute overseas and are in talks with Lee Cronin to produce, write, and direct. Paramount has yet to lock up a filmmaker, but a studio source said Primal is choosing among many eager candidates. The idea that Paramount might have intended to push Warner's into anything such as releasing a version of the film internationally would be a big no-no with the merger unconsummated. A source close to Paramount Primal stressed in a very lawyering manner the domestic rights deal for the original A Nightmare on Elm Street screenplay was negotiated independently. It was not based on any expectation beyond the domestic rights themselves. Paramount and Warner Brothers did not comment. Presumably, the Warner calculated that if this movie rolls first, Paramount will have to drop out. But a Paramount insider countered that its movie has the blessing of the Wes Craven estate, which matters to fans. Craven's widow, Laya LaBunca, and son, Jonathan Craven, are producing along with attorney Mark Tiberoff. Warner's also had approached the Craven estate, but a knowledgeable source says the studio wasn't willing to go along with a very aggressive backhand split with the right holders. A Warner source also suspects that Paramount got an assist from WME, possibly from pro-merger op-ed writer Ari Emanuel. We all know who that motherfucker is. Paramount believes its version with a modest budget will rake in at least $70 million, even if it can only be released in the US. Maybe, but as a Warner source argued, Paramount's deal confines is pretty much to a shot-by-shot remake. And what's the appeal commercially of that? And the Paramount deal doesn't allow the studio to exploit any merchandise. I think we got a bit of a race. The Paramount insider said, we're going to do our fucking damnedest to beat them. Oh, great. Now we're going to do our damnedest to ruin the franchise? The Hollywood politics are crazy, like how studios, companies, and agencies are involved with one movie and how Warner doesn't want to pay the Craven estate, but it says Paramount and WME worked out a deal for them. Yeah, pretty much. Um, Shot for shot remake. We know how we feel about shot for shot remakes. If you don't, look up Psycho. Psycho, the remake, the shot for shot remake, and what year was it? 1998. Um, it was from the same way that Alfred Hitchcock directed this movie with Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh, and all the shots of that. It was everything from Vince Vaughn and Hesh, everybody just showing up and doing the exact same thing. And it was directed by Gus Van Sant, who also directed Good Will Hunting. How you go from Good Will Hunting, 1997, you know, how you like them apples? Do you like apples? How you like them apples? My friend here is wicked smart. That freaking movie, Good Will Hunting, that one. How you go from 1997 directing one of the greatest movies ever, Good Will Hunting, to a shot for shot remake of Psycho? Like what? And like he didn't care. Whatever you want to do, Ben. I don't care. Like all right, Good Will Hunting 2. Hunt Hunt harder. Um. So yeah, if they're gonna do a shot for shot remake, don't even bother. I'm not. Nobody's gonna watch it because everybody hates shot for shot remakes. Just us. Just ask Gus Van Sant. It's time to crack open the time capsule. Let's take a trip back through this week's in pop culture history and see what movies, music, television, gaming, tech, sports, and weirdness have been waiting for us. 40 years ago, the Transformers the movie, August 8th, 1986. This is a big one for this week's episode. The Transformers the movie turns 40 years old today. And if you grew up with Transformers, you already know what makes this movie infamous. the Optimus Prime scene, and they didn't even ease us into it. They just said, "Here, bam, he's dead," and then they're making us relive this whole traumatic scene again by putting it out in theaters and calling it the apology tour. That's not going to change anything at all. This movie came out during the height of Transformers toy craze, and the first part of the movie basically said, "Hey kids, here's your favorite characters," and then started killing them off. You jerks. The movie made only about $5.9 million worldwide during its original theatrical run. Financially, it was a disappointment. Culturally, completely different story. 40 years later, it's become a cult classic, and that's actually a pretty cool reason to bring it up right now. The 40th anniversary celebration is bringing the movie back to theaters in 4K in premium formats on September 17th with an additional post-credit chapter. Tickets went on sale August 7th. Hasbro has been running on apology tour for the movie because we are apparently still not over Optimus Prime. I'm not. I'm not over it. Uh, uh, oh. Who was the first Transformer death that absolutely broke you? Because for some people, it wasn't Optimus. It was Ironhide, Prowl, Ratchet, Jazz, Wheeljack. They basically turned the opening of that movie into a childhood trauma speedrun. Same, just like Artex, not over it. No! Not Artex! Not the not the quicksand. No. Oh my god. 27 years ago, The Sixth Sense, August 6, 1999, M. Shyamalan released The Sixth Sense. And this is one of those movies where you almost can't talk about it without talking about the twist. The movie was made for roughly $40 million. It eventually earned about $673 million worldwide. It wasn't a superhero movie. It wasn't a franchise. It wasn't based on an existing property. It was basically Bruce Willis plus creepy kid plus scary ghost. And somehow it became one of the biggest movies of the year. Does it still hold up? Pretty damn well. The atmosphere is still fantastic. Haley Joel Osment's performance still works. He hates it when you just say, "Hey, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing." What's thing, man? Do this thing. I see dead people. He hates it. So keep asking him to do it because he hates it. And unlike some twist movies, knowing the ending doesn't completely destroy the experience. Watching it again makes you notice things you missed the first time, like, oh shit, Bruce Willis been dead the entire time. Um, what's the best movie twist you've ever seen? And yes, we're probably going to have to mention the usual suspects: Fight Club, Planet of the Apes, Saw, The Prestige, and the others. Um, M. Night Shyamalan with everything before the village, basically. After the village, when the village happened, I no, we're done. Uh, August 6, 1993, Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, Chicago, and every outhouse, field house, in house, house, doghouse. A man on the run trying to prove he didn't kill his wife. The fugitive turns 33 this week, and this one's especially fun for the because it's literally a Chicago movie. I didn't kill my wife. It made roughly 369 million worldwide, but the thing that has aged beautifully is the relationship between Ford and Tommy Lee Jones. Samuel Gerard isn't some cartoon villain; he's doing his job. And Kimball isn't some invisible action hero; he's just definitely trying to survive long enough to prove his innocence. And Tommy Lee Jones won an Oscar for the role. The Breakfast Club almost got a sequel. Okay, this is one of those wait, what stories that actually belongs in the entertainment portion. Anthony Michael Hall revealed this week that John Hughes once discussed a potential Breakfast Club sequel with him and John Candy. Ew. The original characters would reunite in the 30s, this time dealing with adulthood and the workforce. Brian, Andrew, Allison, Claire, Bender, 30 something adults would have it would it have worked? Would you have wanted a Breakfast Club sequel set 10, 15 years later? Hmm. John Candy passed though, he did. Instead we got a weird science TV show. And it was good. It was okay. It was fine. Weird science TV show plus one. 30 years ago, 1996, hip hop. We're still in the middle of the 30th anniversary year of 1996 hip hop, and this week gives us a couple of interesting releases. Cypress Hill released Unreleased and Revamped on August 6, 1996, and Rapper 9 released Cloud 9 the same day. But, we used this as a jumping off point. 1996 was ridiculous. We had Jay Z with Reasonable Doubt, Nas with It Was Written, Tupac with All Eyes on Me, The Fugees with The Score, Outkast with ATLiens, A Tribe Called Quest with Beats, Rhymes, and Life, and Busta Rhymes, The Coming. That's an awesome year. Um, because Reasonable Doubt, Nas, If I Ruled the World. Oh, we all sang that. We all sang Lauryn Hill's Part 2. I sang it. Tupac, All Eyes on Me, his last album before he fatally got shot in September of 30 years ago. The Fugees, The Score, Fugees, Ready or Not, Here I Come. Gonna find you and make you want me, ready or not. Fuji la, la 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 la. Ready or not. Family Business Cowboys, Fuji la, Zealots, killing me softly with your hand. Killing me soft. One time, no man, no woman, no cry. Mister, Mister. It was 1996, man. 1996. I'm telling you right now. 1996. Outcast, ATL. The South have something to say. Millennium, ET, 13th Floor Elevators, ATLians. And then we get the other one, the second studio album with his songs. Whoa. It's the next album after this where we're like, hell yeah. But this one was the start of it where they got the award and he says, he goes up on the stage on the Stars Awards and he says, the South has something to say. And he freaking East and West are beefing. And the middle is freaking Andre 3000's like, y'all are, this ain't my business between y'all, but hey, we got something to say. A Tribe Called Quest with Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Phony Rappers, GM, Crew, Mind Power, Keeping It Moving, Baby Fife's Return, Stressed Out, Wordplay, what really goes on. Thank you for the harmony. Buster Rhymes, The Coming. Um, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. Is this the one? Do My Thing, Everything Remains, Abandon Ship. Woo-ha! Get y'all. Yes. I love it. Get y'all in check. Woo-ha! And then it's the other one, the one after this, where everybody like jumped on his freaking CD and like we love it. But yeah, 1986. If it wasn't if the if you don't remember the CD at all, the next one that like it's just the start of them. They start out and then the next, well, not Tupac obviously or Tribe Called Quest, but still They start out here, and then the next one is like, oh hell yeah, let's go. If you could keep one hip hop album from 1996, which one are you taking? 35 years ago, Streets of Rage, August 2nd, 1991. Streets of Rage arrived on the Sega Genesis in Japan. And this one was absolutely bring up because it's a franchise people still recognize. The beat 'em up era was everywhere. You had Final Fight, Double Dragon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Streets of Rage, and Streets of Rage became one of Sega's signature franchises. Um, like for next week's question, what's your favorite beat 'em up of all time? And then I'll ask Greg about it. Nintendo released Kinseed on Switch on August 4th. It's a life sim RPG where your character ages, has a family, and eventually you can continue the game through your children. What? Which gives us an interesting question. Would you rather play a game where your character can actually grow old and die, or do you want your video game character to remain 25 forever? Wow. They got us with the whole Pacopia. It's a life adventure game RPG from a passionate little team headed by a couple of ex-Fable devs. Live your life in the beautiful land of Quill, own business, explore fight fairy tale monsters, and nurture your family, uncover hidden mysteries and fun events while watching the people of the world age around you. Raise your renown to become the legend that can rid the land of the dark creature. Your adventure begins with a seed, the kin seed. Apple Watch, we're keeping this one because the Apple Watch is now old enough that we're starting to forget how weird the idea originally sounded. The pitch was basically, what if your phone was on your wrist? And now people use smart watches for fitness, notifications. I don't have mine on. It's charging. Calls, music, navigation, health monitoring, payments. It went from, why would I need that, to, where's my watch? But this week has a much better tech story. Ray Bradbury accidentally made August 5th, 2026 weird. This might be my favorite story of the entire time capsule. Um, there will come soft rains. Describes an automated house continuing to operate after humanity has essentially destroyed itself. Ray Bradbury. Oh shit! It's a book. It's a book. It's a book. Everybody. Ray Bradbury's 1950 story. There will come soft rains. Describes an automated house continuing to operate after humanity has essentially destroyed itself. The house talks, it cooks, it cleans, and announces the date. And the date it repeatedly announces August 5th, 2026. The date arrived this week, and people online immediately started freaking out about how weirdly relevant the story feels in the age of AI, smart homes, and automation. And here's a part that we love for the show. Bradbury wasn't actually predicting August 5th, 2026. He was writing science fiction. But now we're living in a world with Alexa, AI assistants, robot vacuums, smart thermostats, smart locks, automated homes. I don't think Nix knows about this one yet. Um, I think. Oh no, she wasn't here for it. Nix, you weren't here for the sex doll. Were you here for the sex doll this past year? In February, I think, or March. Nope. So suddenly, a 1950 story about an automated house continuing its routine without humans feels way too close to home. Um, there's a. I gotta look for it. I gotta. So there's a sex doll. Okay. Okay. So Emily is a life-size um sex doll. She's a Lovins. The Singaporean pleasure tech company is debuting its first ever physical AI companion doll. According to the company's press release, the AI doll is a proprietary AI engine designed to bring human like cognition, emotional awareness, and expressive behavior into physical form, enabling relationships that evolve and deepen over time. The AI doll is integrated into the LoveSense ecosystem so it can connect to and control all their smart toys directly. The built-in Bluetooth module allows it to interpret natural voice commands and adjust toy vibrations in real time. Additionally, the AI doll has 5 personality modes and 5 role-play modes that you can switch between through the Lovin's remote app and through the AI companion applet in the app. You can message your AI doll and receive AI-generated selfies that mirror the doll. The Lovin's AI doll you talk to on your phone feels like the same Lovin's AI doll waiting for you at home. deepening the sense of continuity, intimacy, and bonding through daily life. It's now available for pre-order for $4,000 to $8,000, depending on your customization with a $200 deposit. So this was back in January. They debuted it at the CES, at the Consumer Electronics Show, and so I had Greg react to it, and he was laughing his ass off. So now we're living in that world where we have Alexa, AI assistants, robot vacuums, and Emily. It's crazy. So like yes, like the movie Companion. I was gonna say that too. I just forgot what it was called, or Her, I think it's called. Hold on, let me get this out of the way real quick, just in case something happens. Okay. 34 years ago, the Dream Team, August 8th, 1992, the original Dream Team won Olympic gold. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Scottie Pippen, sorry, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Clyde Drexler, Chris Mullin, Christian Leitner. Like, so they defeated Croatia 117-85 in the gold medal game. And the bigger story is what the team did for basketball internationally. The NBA had just allowed its players into Olympic competition, and America basically sent the Avengers of basketball. The Dream Team didn't just win, they became a global pop culture phenomenon. Oh my God. 1992. The men that went these dolls won't be able to afford them. Can't even take a woman out to lunch. Exactly. 1992, I remember the Dream Team. Like, what? That is ridiculous. Um, yeah, like the first five names, and of course, you have to have the people that are on the bench too. Like, you can't just have people on the bench; you have to put them out too. Um, Beijing Olympics 18 years ago, August 8th, 2008, the Beijing Olympics opened. The opening ceremony was absolutely massive. Around 91,000 people watched inside the stadium with an estimated worldwide television audience of up to 4 billion people. And then there was Michael Phelps, 8 gold medals, the beginning of one of the most ridiculous Olympic performances ever. There's also a real world event this week that's perfect for the show. The World Alternative Games. This year's event took place August 3rd in Wales, and the competitions include things like bog snorkeling, the wife carrying, and yes, those are actual sporting competitions. The event celebrates unconventional and downright bizarre athletic contests. Um, Bog snorkeling, what is that? Ew. Bog snorkeling is an initial sport where competitors swim two consecutive lengths of a 60-yard, 55-meter water-filled trench cut through a peat bog. Wearing snorkel, mask, and flippers, participants must rely entirely on flipper power without using traditional swimming strokes. A 60-yard trench dug into the Wainwright Bog in Llanwrda, Wales. Competitors go down and back for a total of 120 yards. I can't. Wife carrying, hilarious. Um, if you could put one thing from this week's time capsule into a box and bury it for 50 years, what are you putting in there? The Transformers movie, the original Dream Team, The Sixth Sense, the 1996 hip hop album, an Apple Watch, or Ray Bradbury's prediction that August 5th, 2026 was apparently going to be the end of the world. Whatever you choose, we'll seal it up and come back next week to see what else history left on the porch. um, yeah. All right. I think it's time. What time is it? I think it's time. I think it's time to celebrate the 30,000 downloads with the opening of that box right there. You guys ready for this? 146. We're almost done. I swear, we're almost out of here. Oh shit! Let's go. I've said um that I was gonna open this if we got 30,000 downloads on podcast downloads. We are sitting at let me tell you where we're sitting at. We're sitting at 29,100. What's going on? So, I'll eventually open up another one. Apparently, I'm collecting freaking jumbo cards too because, damn. Mega Zygarde is now going in the binder. It's a promo card, by the way. The jumbo card. Hell yeah. The sticker. Okay. Jumbo card's so much fun. It is. Alright, so 6 perfect orders and 2 phantasmal flames. Which, love it, by the way. The reason I chose to open this one up now is because we're almost at 30K. I get it. Like, I still have like 900 to go. If that's the case, I'll save that for that box right there. But I think it's time to. It's been up there for a while. I think it's time to open it now. So yeah, awesome. Of course, of course, of course. I'm gonna save the 6 for later, and we're gonna open up the 2 Phantasmal Flames on stream. Ready? You guys ready? Let's go. It's gonna be on. The fact that it's on YouTube also, it's gonna like he's opening up a pack. Ready? All right. Sandil, Piplup, Zigzagoon, Miss Rebus, Seviper, Bramblegast, Fire Starter, Fire Thrower, Fire Breeder. Sorry. Fire Breeder, Loki, who's that? Grimsley's Move, and Mbibom. It's already a master set. I already have a master set of this. I just want to see what else I can get. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, pack number 2. You ready? Yes, ma'am. Maybe because I'm not doing the trick. Let's see what happens. Ooh. I don't like to do it. I don't like to do that. That's no point. Bronzor, Dugong, Fancy Ghastly, Mimikyu, Gliscor, Flamethrower again. Brain Breeder. Saraledge. Carvana. Apom. Ready? You ready? You ready? All right, let's see what's in here. Let's see what we get. Hey, who's that? Mega Heracross. Yay, Mega Heracross. Love it. I love it. I love it. What about this one? I love it. What about this one? I love it. All right, Phantasmal Flames. Not bad. Still, we ended up getting the same stuff we have already, so it's fine. I just wanted to open up these, and I'm definitely gonna put them in the binder as well. Um, as well as Mega Zygarde and the Jumbo card for sure. And that's about it for this week's episode. We're done. We covered everything. We're good. Anything else we didn't do? Trying to think. I think we're set for a whole hour and a half episode, depending on how much I edit the show out. All right, just like that, and just like that, another summer night on the porch comes to an end. We talked so much tonight, a little bit of everything, but we did a whole lot. A little bit of we did a whole lot of everything basically. Palworld, the cards, the movies, the weirdness happening right outside my house, both. The nostalgia of the Jetsons and the Nightmare on Elm Street, the latest Legend of Zelda news, and of course, we got dangerously close to that we got dangerously close to that 30,000 download milestone. But hopefully, that Pokemon box was worth opening. It was. It was. I just love opening stuff. Before we head out, there's something you need to know about next week's episode. Okay, you all sitting down. It's episode 316. I'm gonna say it again. It's episode 316. If you're a wrestling fan, you already know exactly what that number means. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin's episode. What? That's right. What? Episode 316 is coming up. What? And coincidentally, it's landing during the 23 weekend. What? Which means we're going to have to keep one eye on the porch and the other refreshing the feed to see what Disney has planned. MCU news, Disney movies, Marvel animation, announcements, trailers, surprises, whatever they decide to throw at us, we'll be talking about it. So make sure you're back here for episode 316. Let me say that again. Make sure you're back here. No, I'm kidding. So make sure you're back here for episode 316. What? I said make sure to go back here for episode 316. What? Before we really go, I want to try something a little different. Take a breath with me. That's not what this completely different is, but take a breath with me. Let the day settle in. Let the noise quiet down for just a moment. And remember, you don't have everything figured out tonight. You don't have to finish everything. You don't have to be perfect. Sometimes you just have to keep moving. And I want to leave you with an information inspired by one of the greatest lessons gaming has ever given us. You don't have to catch them all today. You just have to keep moving forward. One step, one battle, one new Pokemon, one new card, one more attempt, one more level, one more day. And if you're struggling right now, remember that progress doesn't always look like winning. Sometimes progress is simply not giving up. As the Pokemon TCG teaches us, you don't win every battle with the first card you draw. Sometimes you have to shuffle the deck, draw again, and play the hand you're given. So here's your affirmation for the week. I am allowed to start again. I am allowed to take my time. I am allowed to be proud of how far I've come. And I'm still becoming the person I'm meant to be. Now take that with you into your weekend, into your next week, into whatever comes next. Because sometimes the next chapter is better than the one you're currently stuck on. And maybe that's why we keep coming back to this porch. We tell stories, we remember, we laugh, we argue about wrestling, we talk about games, we open Pokemon cards like you just saw right now. We get lost in books. Sometimes we don't want to read them, sometimes we do. You know what? It's my decision. We watch movies. We make predictions that age terribly. We do. And every once in a while, we remind each other that we're not doing this alone. Before we really go, before we really go, it's like your parents leaving at the party. You're not really going. But before we really go, thank you for spending part of your week here in my third place. Not home, not work. Just a place where nostalgia is our soundtrack and community is our vibe. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Keep making memories. Keep telling your stories. And remember, the porch is always here. The light is always on. And there's always another chair waiting for you right across in front of us. We'll see you next week for episode 316. What? D23. What? Marvel. What? Disney. What? And probably a whole lot of chaos. Until then, Stone Cold says so. What? Because Stone Cold says so. What? Because Stone Cold says so. Good night, everybody.